How important is social media? The thing about social media is that a lot of people use it as a platform to live a life that is like a facade. And then there's also in the sense of like they're trying to, like the way that this world has been built and constructed around social media is that, you know, you envy the person. It's like you comparing lives. You know, you constantly seeing someone that's like, you know, oh, what's this person doing in opposed to this person? You know, like, so how can I try to do that? Or I mean, you just have people out there that just troll. They just troll.
That's the amazing thing about like the internet and social media is, especially like the anonymous shits. You know what I'm saying, like world star shit, is that it just allows like you get to really see like how ignorant people really can be.
Oh God.
If like you're not able to see who they exactly are. But I don't know. To me, I think we was having a conversation about it last night. One of the bigger things about social media that I see, you know what I'm saying, is that it's giving us like this constant need for validation. You know what I'm saying? Like especially with like the introduction of like the likes and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas literally are living their lives for validation. See how many likes I can get. And it's like almost like the purpose of selfies and shit. Like, you know what you look like. You know what I'm saying? And you remind people of this 10 times a day just to get validation that, oh, I'm pretty
Still
enough for 20 niggas or 100 niggas or 1,000 niggas to like my picture.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes I go the opposite way. Sometimes social media ain't for everybody that you're tweeting for. Sometimes it's just for yourself. Like, I'm gonna take a picture and I want to remember this picture when I come back to it a couple months from now. The fact that you like it has no relevance to me. I took this picture for myself. You just happen to take.
Well, at the same time, why did you post it? You could have left it in your phone.
This is fact.
But it's like a photo album. It's like a digital photo album. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
You got a digital photo gallery over there.
but you could. The thing is, it's cloud based. So I could put something on Facebook and I could privatize it, so I don't have to show it to everybody. Like I have pictures and stuff that only me and my family can see. I have stuff like only that's for the public. A lot of people don't use those filters between it, and they put that stuff everywhere.
I understand that side of it. To where, like, I done went through 15, 20 phones since I first got on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? So I've lost all those pictures. But I can go back Facebook and look at 06, 07 and be like, dang, I done came a long way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I definitely believe that there are some positives to social media.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That I feel like the wealth of information that we've been able to get about our culture and, you know what I mean, about the different positives going on, you know, in day-to-day life that they won't show on the news, you know what I mean, because, you know, it's not as important to them or whoever they may be. There's definitely a lot of times where, usually my social network, if you friend me, you see a lot of positive black empowerment type of, you know what I mean, awareness and food for thought type of things. That's pretty much what I'm going to give you. And every now and then something funny, but if you go on my page, I use social networking for something totally different than a lot of people would say they use it.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that people appeal to something where they most likely understand, unfortunately. Because I can't tell you how many times I've posted things in the sense of, like, it's something that it's like food for thought, try to make you, you know, work your mind or something like that, make you think a little bit. And then I go ahead and post that one thing, like, with the guy, like, getting interrupted by his mom from him trying to get fresh on you know, on the kitchen table. You feel me? Like, I hope you break your back, and people love that. I got the most comments and likes on that, in opposed to something in the sense of a social issue that needs to be talked about. Because really, to be honest with you, I'm gonna say this: it is what it is. The mass is stupid. The mass is stupid. They don't want to think. They want something that's gonna be quick. Make me laugh.
Entertainment.
It's entertainment.
Entertainment.
People just be wanting to be distracted, for real. Like the most sought after thing, what we pay most for is entertainment. You know what I'm saying? In general, whether that's, you know what I'm saying, TV and like whatever. Like that's what, like we. It's crazy how like we spend so much of our day outside of, like, when we're at work, we gotta work, do all that shit. But after that, we almost try our hardest to get sucked away from, like, what reality is and shit.
Yeah.
So we're gonna watch all these reality shows, we're gonna watch these cartoons, we're gonna do all this other shit to keep us from thinking about, like, what the real issues and shit that's going on in life is, or whatever.
Things that matter. Things
Yeah.
don't matter. I see a lot too for working in the newspaper and trying to get into the news industry. A lot of it's misinformation because what they see is like satire stories online. I see it every day. It'd be a satire story, and people would believe the satire story, and then they had a whole day argument about this story. When they go and read the fine print, it says this was just for comedic relief. And I was like, people are not reading it.
Yeah, because niggas.
People pass the wrong information so quickly. It's not even like, it's like, okay, I seen this. It's not, you need to go and pay it, you know what I mean? Research your source.
Listen,
where are you getting this information from?
Yeah.
Truth. You're gonna find more lies than truth in any situation because I can come up with something. Everybody at the table can come up with something. And we never
We
really
don't
get
have
the
our own
truth.
perceptions.
Yeah.
Social media kind of, in a sense, it's a way from people to. It's like a crutch, you know. Like I don't have to pound the pavement as much as I need to. I don't need to go out there and shake the hands as much because when it comes to like infatuation, when it's
art too.
it is a lost art.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
I think we was having a conversation about this recently when we was stating how with social media, like like the product no longer is the most important thing. It's just showing that you're doing something. Like back in the day, you had to be a rapper, say for example. You had to actually have a product out. You had to have mixtapes. You had to be visible. You had to like literally be touching the people. Now you could be a rapper if you got a lot of followers on Instagram and you post pictures of yourself in the studio. You know what I'm saying? Or like pretending to make beats, whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? So it has kind of like diluted
It didn't dilute the art. It diluted the quality because people who don't have high quality are getting famous over the people who are actually very good. Like I want to blur the two. Like yes, you can still have a social media, but you should always hit the chitlin circuit. Go to those little places that nobody go to, those little spots, those hoods, those colleges, and be a
how you
presence
polish
there.
your craft if you don't. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to.
And somebody remember like, hey, I met that dude way back in. You know, he was still down to earth, and that will build up a infatuation. Like J. Cole, like we met J. Cole like when he was hustling his first CD. You know, going to the club taking photos. Or versus now, one of the biggest artists in the world. Like I saw the grind, what he was doing back then. You know, Trey Songz, like when freshman year came to school, was hustling that Trey Day CD and was getting a little love and everything like that. He was very approachable. That made me a fan because I met you as a person.